Hello! Today I'm starting a Halloween series with this new digital stamp set called Scary Bellas and designed by Isabel Cristina Stamps. I first started by die cutting all the elements I needed to build the center picture window card. I cut a longer panel than the original one just to be able to feature more images. One center picture window element, one insert piece, but I will use another one instead, and some curtain elements that are from the Shadowbox Card Theater add-on. I started with the card base. This side will be the outside and this side the inside. I applied hickory smoke distressing all over the panel. And next I used the stencil and black soot distressing to create a brick wall. I also added more black soot at the very top just to add more depth to my panel. I colored the center element using the same inks and also cut two pieces out of wood pattern paper that I attached at the bottom of my panel to create the floor. Next, I used the oval die to create a window in my center element. And I cut an insert element out of the same wood pattern paper as before. I folded it in half and folded the tabs. I did the same thing on the center element. I folded it in half, folded the tabs using my bone folder, next I applied a double-sided tape on the tabs. I folded the right tab of the center element, aligned it with the card base, and pressed down to stick the tab down. I folded the right tab of the insert piece, aligned it with the card base, and again pressed down to adhere the tab. Next I folded the insert piece and the center element in half, removed the back of the tape, and folded the card base to close it. And to get a consistent scenery, I added another piece of wood pattern paper at the bottom of the center element. Next I cut a small panel corresponding with one half of my card base, and I cut a window right in the middle of it. For the sentiment, I first applied twisted citron, and then some mowed on the edges to darken it. And for the frame, I first applied mowed and darkened it using black soot on the edges. I also splattered drops of black soot on the edges, as well as some drops of white paint. I stuck the frame down to the sentiment, trimmed off the excess of paper. I attached a black panel at the back of my card, and finally adhered my Hocus Pocus panel on the front of my card. All my images were printed on Neenah solar white cardstock, as always, using my Epson printer, and I used my alcohol markers to color them. When everything was colored, I used the T-shaped die to create a score line right in the middle of the cauldron. And I used those mountaintop dies to create flames that I attached on the cauldron. For an extra spooky element, I applied green nuvo drops at the top of the cauldron to give the illusion of something stewing inside. Next step was to attach everything using glue dots. I wanted a bubble effect above the cauldron, so I cut small strips out of clear acetate and applied the same green nuvo drops on each end. And once dry, I attached them at the back of the cauldron. Finally, I adhered the cauldron on my panel using liquid glue. And that's it. Creating this Halloween card was so much fun, especially the spooky green bubbles. I hope you like it too. Have a very nice day and see you next time. Bye!